All right, Oklahoma fans. Were y'all having fun yet talking about the next season? Well, I know I am. The next game that we have on task will be a pretty good game against the University of Baylor. This is a bit awkward because, well, I guess the good news is after Tech is that Baylor's basically the same style. Art Barles runs the same style, but it's kind of awkward because it'll be a Thursday night game on the new Fox Sports 1 network, the network that I guess the biggest name right now that's on there is Regis Philbin. It's coming back to television, and so he's going to be a big addition to that station. But that game, like I said, will be on a Thursday night. It will be Thursday night football. It will be Thursday, November the 7th of 2013. The game will be played in Waco and will be their homecoming game for the Baylor Bears. Their coach is Art Briles. Last year they finished 8-5, 4-5 in the Big 12, third in the Big 12 Conference. Their bowl or upset last year was their bowl win over UCLA in the Bridgepoint Education Holiday Bowl. They won that thing 49-26 against UCLA. Offensive players that will be missed from this ball club. Well, it's hard to say Nick. It's hard not to say Nick Florence. Florence did so much. He had 4,309, 4,309 yards passing, 33 touchdowns. Last season. A long pass of 80 yards, and it came at Texas in that rivalry game. Their defensive player last year, not that they were great defensively, but their key defensive player last year was Michael Hicks. Mr. Hicks had 67 total tackles, 2 picks, 0 forced fumbles, and 0 fumbles recovered. Scoring average last year for the Baylor Bears was 45.5 points per ball game. The Oklahoma-Baylor history, the University of Oklahoma is 21-1 against the Baylor Bears, 16-1 in Big 12 competition. Of course, that one loss coming 2 years ago, RG3's senior year, taking Oklahoma out of contingency for the Big 12 title. Surpassing Nick Florence, trying to pass Florence, the next guy in line, you could say, that's Bryce Petty, it looks like. He had 97 yards for passing last year for 1 touchdown. The longest pass he had was a 76-yarder, and it came against SMU last year. Running backs, of course, Martin Glasgow is the guy that everybody wants. Glasgow Martin, is the one that the power back. He had a $179 carries last year, 889 yards on the ground, 15 touches, 43 was his long, and it came against their win over KU. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Of course, their other running back, if you don't know about this guy yet in the Big 12, open your eyes, open your ears, and get to know this guy. Lank Sistrunk. He's a junior this year. He transferred out of Oregon to come and play for Art Briles. Last year, he had a $31 carries, 1,012 yards, 7 touchdowns, 80 was his long. It came in their upset win over Kansas State. And by the way, he did all that late in the year because they didn't know if he would be able to automatically play because of the transfer rules. Obviously, he was able to. Wide receivers, Tevin Reese comes back. He'll be on Bryce Petty's receptions list. Will be Tevin Reese, as I said, 53 catches last year, 957 yards, 9 touches last year. His longest pass was 75 yards, and it came against Oklahoma State University, the Cowboys of OSU. On the other side of Tevin Reese, that's going to be Levi Norwood. Norwood had 40 catches last year for 487 yards and a touch. His longest catch of 32 yards came against the SMU Mustangs. Like I said, you could say they don't play well defensively, but that's because their offense is so productive. Their defense doesn't have to be good, but they are. Both of these guys had over 100 tackles last year. Those guys include Bryce Hager. Hager had a buck 24 tackles last year, 0 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered. And also on the other side of another defensive player will be Eddie Lackey. Lackey had a buck 4 tackles last year, 4 interceptions, and 1 big forced fumble, 0 fumbles recovered. This game, as I said, will be played on Thursday Night Football on the new Fox Sports 1 network on October the 7th, 2013. The next game we'll look over is a home game against Iowa State, Senior Day. Until then, everyone take care, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody.